That is what this chart of the day is going to be. And Brian Kelly actually brought up this chart during our midday conference call.
Love this.
This is the implied probability of a rate cut. It surged this month. Now, remember, just a few months ago, investors were fearful of multiple rate hikes this year. And of course, Fed Chair Powell pivot to a more dovish stance calmed those fears. But in just the last few weeks, the chances of a rate cut by the end of the year has jumped from 2% to 30%. A rate cut could suggest an economic downturn is coming, which the market is not pricing in. So here's the Rorschach test part of it. Is this supportive or is this a negative for the markets?
So I brought this up because this was exactly my thesis on why we were due for a pause. Doesn't mean we won't still have one, but the thesis was the stock market had not priced in the weak economy yet. But what's happened is the bond market's priced it in. The bond market's telling you the chances of a rate cut by December, this is for the December meeting, are actually 30%, up from 2% at the beginning of the month. So there's been a massive repricing in the bond market. The stock market went the other way and said, hey, wait a second, if we got lower for longer, the playbook has been buy stocks. And so to me, this is what I started at. To me, I got to say, there's something not right with the stock market in my thesis.
All right. So, Grasso, how do you view this chart? Because this is telling me that it's bad for the market.
It's bad for the market. If you look at historically, the Fed has 5% to play around with in cases of recession. That's what they cut in 95. That's what they cut in 2005. And that's what they cut in 2008. And they cut it down to 0. If they start cutting now, they don't have the ammo. They have 2.5 percentage points, 250 basis points. They don't have enough ammo if they start cutting now.
Okay. The flip side to this, of course, is that the Fed will remain very supportive of the markets in whatever economic climate.
You know, it's a good thing. It's a good thing for you that I took the Rorschach test in college. We had a whole class.
Is that how you got into Georgetown?
Semester, sophomore year, 100%.
Forget the SAT.
And what I learned was, Mr. Cotter, and what I learned is your answer. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Is based on your preconceived notions, your dogma. You look at that, and P sees bullish,
right.
I see bearish, because that's the way I'm wired. And so I'm sort of in Steve's camp. And again, this Fed. This is just the president talking, not me. I'm just sort of echoing his words. Greatest economy in the history of the republic. Maybe it is. I don't know. I'm not an economist. But if that's the case, why is this Fed? Why are we about to cut rates if things are so great? I would say, wait a second. What's really going on with the underlying economy? Maybe it's not that supportive of stocks. And at a certain point, the market doesn't have that Fed put in place. Everybody seems to think the Fed's got our back. Well, maybe they don't anymore.
Well, I think the Fed does have our back. That doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. So I'm 100% on board with you that I would like to see them not do this whatsoever. But as long as they are going to, as long as they're going to be supportive, as long as they have the stock market president in there pressuring them to be that way, then I think you just have to say, listen, stocks go up when rates go down.
Look, I don't think this chart's as big of a deal as we're making it out to be. Yeah, it's 30%, but that means there's a 70% chance that they're not going to hike. I mean, that's what it's telling you. I think it is appropriate to price in a higher rate because growth has slowed, and it has slowed, but we're not headed for a recession. We're not going to end up having to cut this year, and 70% odds say that we won't. So, going back to Mr. Cotter, up your nose with a rubber hose. I think we're fine.
Wow.
Did you ever see that episode? No, see, that was a trick question because they did it in every episode.
Oh.
Yeah, see?
I guess I've not seen the show.
Well, it's unfortunate.